I have written the essays on taxes and the arithmetic of greed, on Democrats in Texas walking out with their dignity intact, on soldiers in Alaska bent on their hands and knees rolling out red carpets for tyrants, on constitutional decrees dressed up as law, on marriage equality, on the slow bleed of existential dread that has settled into our bones like background noise and become as common as morning coffee. They are written, and over the next few days I will speak them into this little screen and you will hear them. But today none of them serve the moment. Everything feels flat. The words are there, but they do not do justice to the feelings. And the feelings are what matter. The feelings are the thread that ties to one another. And so if you've wandered into this space with me, if you are listening to this, I know that you didn't come here for headlines. You could have those recited to you 100 different ways by Parnas or Midas Touch or Philip DeFranco or V. Spear. They'll give you the bullet points and the timetables and the spin. What you came here for, if I can dare to guess, and if I'm honest, is something quieter. Maybe hope, maybe truth, maybe the kind of perspective that makes it easier to take a breath when the air feels heavy with anger and ashes. Because I am just a writer, and I don't pretend to be anything more than a writer fumbling in the dark, trying to make sense of a world that often resists sense altogether. I don't believe anyone needs what I have to say, not in some messianic, self-important way. But maybe you are here because you're looking for something, some rhythm and reason amid the chaos, some voice that reminds you that you're not going crazy while the world spins harder and faster. Most days I miss the mark, but I keep trying because sometimes a single phrase can be a candle in the dark, and sometimes that is enough to keep someone going. And I keep writing not because I have mastered the storm, but because I am still learning to live inside it, to find a measure of quiet while the wind howls through the rafters, to lean into the gale not just in defiance, but in search of understanding, to know the storm as well as I resist it, to let its rage teach me something of my own strength. If the world insists on raging, then let me stand in it, not unbroken, but unbent, listening for the stillness between the crashes of thunder and writing until the calm comes again. And so what I do know is this. The thing you're waiting for is not out there. It's not in a leader, not in a party, not in the next news cycle or the next election. The thing you're waiting for is you. And you are already here. And that's the miracle hiding in plain sight. The time is not tomorrow. The time is not once everything settles down. The time is now. And we make it complicated because that gives us permission to wait. We let the world convince us that the moment of courage is always somewhere else, always someone else's job. But the truth is simple, and it burns if you look it in the eye. You can be the hero of this story, not later, not when the conditions improve, not when the villains of history decide to relent, but right now. And if that feels too heavy, let me offer you this. That heroes are not born in grand speeches or golden crowns. They are made at kitchen tables and food drives, on porches and in basements, in the quiet courage of mothers and fathers who refuse to let education be stolen from their children, in the stubborn defiance of ordinary people who choose truth when lies would be easier. A hero is born every time someone decides that dignity matters more than fear, that kindness matters more than cruelty, that freedom is worth the risk of standing up when silence would be safer, and refusing to bow even when the whole world tells you it is safer to kneel. So listen to me, because I mean this with every word and ounce of my being. You are here, the time is now, and the story is waiting. Pick up your courage like a pen and write your line into history. Be the hero of this moment. The world is aching for you to step forward. And if you do not know what to do next, let me tell you something very simple, something so clear it almost hides in plain sight. Whatever it is you do best, that is a gift you have to offer this world. If your hands know how to gather people, then gather them and bring them together and make the lonely less alone. If your voice is art, then shape it into something dangerous and beautiful. Paint and sing and write and carve. Let your work stir the soul and rattle the windows of authority. If you are an attorney, then keep your briefcase by the door, ready to stand beside those who will be taken away for daring to stand up. If you are a teacher, then teach the truth even when they tell you not to, especially when they tell you not to. If you are a builder, then build with stubborn hope and raise something that will outlast this, something that whispers to tomorrow. Do the thing you do well and let it be your contribution. Do it with courage, do it with love, do it with the unshakable faith that even the smallest offering matters, because it does. And it always has. Defiance, still death.